Hello, my name is Soyeon. I really wanted to introduce my food history so far from very young and what I was trying to do in US in this semester and what kind of food and drink I have had so far. But there's a limited time in this video, so I choose travel and food as my topic. Since I have lived with my parents before I came here, almost everything I have experienced here, US was first to me, including cooking, eating diverse food, and so on. And also, I can't tell my history without alcohol, and so I think drink is very important part in terms of eating food, but I should focus on travel food combination from now on. I traveled several times in this semester in our country. It was really hard to trip around during semester, but here I just took 12 credits, so 4 courses, so I have quite a lot of time for enjoying trip around US. So from now I want to introduce my trip and food and combination of that. In Korea, if we go to mountain, we would like to bring kimbap and rice wine. Rice wine is very sweet and kind of fermented beverages, and we can eat this with cider. But we can eat this rice wine if we are overaged. Or also, if we go to picnic or do some outdoor sports, we would like to bring kimbap. As Andrew brought in our class, kimbap is very normal and traditional Korean dishes. Since kimbap is very easy to bring and easy to eat, they are very popular for outdoor sports or outdoor dishes. And depending on what ingredients we put inside the kimbap, we can make cheese kimbap, tuna kimbap, egg kimbap, and so on. So, can we can make some diverse versions of kimbap. Also, it can make our stomach full charged. When I was very young, my mother used to make kimbap herself in very early morning for us, though it's kind of tiresome things to make kimbap because she had to handle many things at the same time. So although kimbap is very common in Korea, I have never met the taste that my mother made for us ever. Definitely it was the best. Anyway, from now I have to make the kimbap by myself because there was no good kimbap place in Atlanta and also it's very expensive. So me and two of my friends started making kimbap, taking each role in the kitchen. And finally we made cheese kimbap. Mountaintop is the perfect place to drink alcohol. Since we were very thirsty because we hike a lot and we felt like to eat something very cool. And there would be breezing wind, so this is so nice to be drunk. Our ancestor used to drink rice wine after finishing some hard work. For example, like farming, and they could be more easily break out since they are under tired condition, and it's so good since they can save money for spending to be drunk. Therefore, after hard outdoor sports, kimbap and rice wine is definitely perfect. Before I came here, I really like street food and I used to eat them. Street food is exactly go around with people. Usually I eat street food to get along with my friends. Sometimes it is really hard to make times with friends since they might have all different schedule themselves. Also, the context of street food is free and easy to contact. We don't really eat street food as a plan. We just eat them accidentally. And sometimes we eat street foods because they are really tempting us to eat with their awesome smell. In Korea, I can eat bunch of kinds of street food in front of my college, but definitely I really like takoyaki like the slice right below. It's from Japan. Inside in it, they have octopus and some other vegetables, and also they are very soft. While the outside and the surface is a little bit fried, and we got the sauce and mayonnaise outside of it. So definitely it's perfect. I can fall in love with this. So I can eat every day, every meal with this. Also, this right above one is the hot dog that I bought in Botanical Garden in Piedmont Park in Atlanta. Usually, people don't expect street food will be awesome, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like street food. Less expectation makes better taste, and this left one is was was called beaver tail, which is very famous in Ottawa in Canada. This is very soft and sticky bread with Nutella. So it couldn't be nice because it's so sweet. But though I am not a huge fan of sweet things though, but I liked it. But the thing was I ordered this with hot chocolate. So it was terribly sweet, but still I like them. What I expected in street food is definitely people. First of all, I like talking with friends, freely eating street food. Also, I can communicate with the server or the cook inside the street food store. Also, the second was almost all kinds of street food store are opened. So we can see the process of street food being made, and also we can see the server or cook very in front of us. Also, sometimes it's like a show, so they might tell their funny story or their private story. So, and I think it's very interesting for me, and so we can interact with diverse and different kinds of people. So I think I like street food because not only because the taste itself is very good, but also because we can communicate with new and unexpected people, and that's what happiness is brought to me. The thing that I expected most in US is diverse version of food and different kinds of food. Because US is literally United States. So we can feel different cultures and atmospheres depending on where we go and when we are. Though I couldn't visit fancy or amazing kinds of restaurant in America, but I visited several interesting places in Spring Break, Canada. Canada has very different kinds of cultures. As we go different regions, some of that part is like France and other parts is like England. So for example, Quebec was really like France, so there is no English signboard. Even it's illegal to make English signboard at that region. So in Quebec, we could feel France-like atmosphere, and one of the restaurants served rabbit and snail dish. Though it seems a little bit strange, and we wanted to eat just like normal one, like such as Frank's onion soup, which is very nice, and all of us know. But we wanted to try something new, and that was snail and rabbit. Snail was just like rubbery and gummy like texture, and the sauce with that it was very oily and hard. But the rabbit was very tender and soft. It was like beef and chicken in between the texture. It was really good though. But it's nothing special than I expected before. And in other place in Ottawa, we visited beer place, but we were surprised that they served tongue of cow. What amazing. I didn't know someone can eat that part of animals. Anyway, we ordered it and we eat it as a taco. It's not that strange, but very familiar taste. And it was like pork, but the smell was a little bit different. But I can't explain what smell was, but it was really good. And it was a little bit rubbery, and they contain a lot of liquid inside it, so it's gravy and like medium steak or something. Alright, so diverse food is good with strange plates. We don't really eat strange food or new food in home. If you eat that like strange food outside, which is very strange to us, it's gonna be more strange, and the strange food can give much more intensive feeling, and I think it's amazing. I like something new and something that is not familiar before, because it gives us fresh and new feeling, and we can think about something more differently. I really love spicy food because I can relieve my stress by eating spicy food and strong flavor food. Sometimes I give out sweat because of the hot taste of the food, and I really like the feeling. As I give out sweat a lot, it feels like my stress inside goes out as well with sweat. And there are a bunch of good spicy restaurants in Korea, but in US I visited several places that they say they serve spicy food, but I was disappointed since it was not actually spicy, or if some food is spicy but it didn't really taste good though. I want spicy food, but at the same time it should be delicious enough so that I can keep my fork on that plate. And I think spicy food goes well with noisy atmosphere. Also, it would be better if there are crowded people inside the restaurant. Noisy and spicy and crowded people is perfect combination, I think. When I visited Canada, there was a famous Thai food restaurant, and as you know, like Thai food can be very spicy depending on what we ordered. We ordered gras bone, and this was the appetizer and was really great. And they were light, delicate, and crisp. And we were the four people there, and this was totally removed within 2 minutes because we are too hungry. And this pad thai was definitely the only thing I have tried several times before. This one is noodle-based spicy food, and this pot grow pro was extremely spicy, and there was rice in the very bottom, and on the top of that there was chopped and seasoned beef, which is very spicy. At the same time, really tempting us to eat continuously. I love their food at all. And also, one thing I loved was the atmosphere there. Though the time was very late, like 9 p.m., so it was just about to close, but there were many people and they drink and they eat spicy food and laughing, and some table were talking seriously. I like that kind of dynamic atmosphere, especially with spicy food. Imagine if you have spicy food, but the place you eat the food is really peaceful, and there is a new age classic music. And imagine in front of you there are very delicious and spicy food, and the smell is perfect. But would you like to eat the spicy food in that atmosphere? My answer is no. I don't know exactly or scientifically why I like to eat spicy food in some places where a lot of people are there and they keep making noise. If we eat spicy food in peaceful atmosphere, the food feels like much more spicy because we can't express the spicy feeling outside since they have really silent and peaceful atmosphere. Maybe one of the reasons why we want spicy food is relieving our stress and feeling relaxed. We can express certain emotion which is inside of our mind or our body, spouting our suppressed emotion. Sometimes we might shed a few tears and sweat on our nose or forehead, and this really makes sense in terms of physically spouting something from our body. So I like noisy and crowded atmosphere, and this makes the spicy taste more attractive. In the book We Are What We Ate, Mark Winogardner said like this: if you spend 4 years of poverty or graduate school or alcoholism eating nothing but rice and beans, you can't talk about eating that without talking honestly about those 4 years. So when he said this when he is speaking of Proust memories evolved by eating Madeleine, and also he is saying essay about good food and bad food. I think any memories you had have can make you easy to explain your life and what you are doing, what kinds of person you are, what you like and what you don't like. And I totally agree with this, since food is essential part of in our life in terms of you are always being with food, so it's like a friend, so we can usually figure what kind of person someone is by meeting with their friends, so it's totally same. Although it might not reflect the entire of someone, but there should be a tendency or interrelationship between them. So what kind of food we prefer reflect what kind of background I have had and what kind of properties I had. And I want to discuss about my tendency and food history briefly. Actually, I was not a big fan of eating food. I just eat food and I just want to my stomach be full. So I don't really willing to find somewhere there that is well known for serving good food, good meal, but I just hang around nearby restaurant or cheap restaurant, so I didn't really much care of what food I ate. When I was young, me and my brother used to be in home together with our parents since they have to go work. So we usually ate what my grandmother made for us, and our taste become familiar with and used to eat very traditional Korean dishes since we didn't go out well. Because my parents were quite busy for their work. And since my father and mother really like sushi, raw food, so if my family went out, we always went to sushi place and eat some spicy hot pot after eating raw fish. So definitely, I used to eat sushi and I really love that. And this is the origin of my love to sushi food, seafood. And also when I was in the high school student, I was too busy to study. So I felt mealtime was not important for me. So I thought that was a waste of time for me. So I always go to the fast food restaurant and grab some eat, and I just eating them fastly so that I can study. So I have had very narrow taste of food and experience, and my food experience was not enlarged even at college student. So that's why in US all kinds of food was very amazing and very special to me because I started to pursuing good food, new food and cooking by myself and trying to figure out what kinds of food and most pair and combination I like. Thank you for watching.